В предишния епизод на Камифуда минаха разпите на професор Ихарам и не особено радушно му обещах, че ще стоя на страна от случая с убийството на Трент. По-късно през деня случайно срещнах Трисела, която беше решила да подаде документи за временно вземане на ролята на председател на клуба. Зададе ми дозина шантави въпроси за Трент и ме предизвика на дуел, макар и с усъкатено тесте. Три надали ще си го брои за първа загуба, но аз си знае кой е истинският шампион по Камифуда. Време е да продължа към следващата си спирка. Коя точно ще е тя, не съм сигурен. Навярно или клуба по Камифуда, или библиотеката. По-скоро ми се вижда обаче като да искам, всъщност, не, знаете ли, има доста варианти и някои от тях ще са за допълнителен бондинг. Нека да пробваме Лун сега. After much begrudging, Ihram's fireflies lead me to a more familiar part of the campus. And I happen across a loon in the wild. Hey Tarat! Loon drops a makeshift stack line which he is attached to a large dolly of some kind. The dolly is filled to the brim with unopened packages postmarked from somewhere in Wales. There are at least a dozen boxes with a collective weight that bows his wooden dolly near the point of breaking. Did you get a delivery? Something like that. Dark circles frame his eyes, posturing them as hollow, distant husks. Yet his usual enthusiasm doesn't abate. In fact, it seems strangely boundless. I asked my parents to forward a few items along. I count the boxes a second time. 13. You may need to review your definition of a few. What is all that anyway? Oh well, they are psych books, actually. As in like psychology books. You got it? Are you telling me that even Glomrod Institute of Eldritch Arts is plagued with psych majors? You are safe there, Tarot. Which in my opinion is actually one of this place's biggest problems. Meaning, what? Glomrod doesn't have a curriculum in psychology or in fact anything related to mental health. And they employ no faculty or counselors with those credentials. I thought Ihram mentioned to me there was a counselor of sorts. Yeah. That would be Joyce Ashbourne. She does keep an eye on students having trouble, but Joyce's job is really more as an advisor to the school leadership. She tells them when student is too far gone. Too far gone? To this Tarot, Glomrod really only cares about dealing with students after they've sustained some kind of mental or emotional damage. Enough damage to be considered a threat. They've never really focused on prevention of said damage or study of such, or even the mental health of their students at all. Besides, the kids who full-on succumb to mania under their pact masters anyway. And mostly, those kids are just tossed aside, handed over to the pale host. Yeah, I may or may not have a bit of insight into the end results of that. Oh, всъщност това е Tarot. I may or may not have a bit of insights on the end results of that. I can't say I'm a fan of your current system. The current system, if you can even call it that, doesn't work. The Pact Swarm community have their heads stuck up 100 years ago. Mental health is literally the biggest problem in our little corner of the world. It has been since the beginning. As I understand, half the reason the Pale Host was even founded was to regulate Pact Sworn who go off the deep end. The Eldritch powers are hard enough to control. And that's before considering that some Pact Masters just up and decide to throw their medium's mind into. I don't know, the cosmic version of a blender sometimes. A little more than a whim. That isn't the poor person tied to the entity's fault, but our methods for dealing with those circumstances are based on outdated incarceration policies. We'd be better served catching up with the times. And that's why you're reading psych books? Well, sort of. Call it informing policy. As in politics? He nods, albeit a bit shyly. Well, you certainly have the smile for politics, in a good way. Ah, thanks. Though elections for a seat in the Pale Host are less likely a popularity contest and more like a power struggle. We talking mud wrestling or not quite? Those with seats are generally either the most terrifyingly powerful practitioners of an eldritch discipline in the world, or represent a group or family with enough clout to be formidable in their own right. Luckily, my family is just that. I sit with that information for a moment, trying to put a positive spin on oligarchy for the sake of conversation, but Loon, that honestly sounds like a horrible system. Even if everyone elected somehow had positive intentions. I don't disagree, but I don't think democratic elections would be any better. At least the Pale Host all know what they are doing. Besides, if I wanted to change anything, I would need to attain a seat with the host regardless. Maybe it's best to ignore the mental gymnastics going on here just for now. Well, that's certainly a hell of a dream. Yeah, a bit like reaching for the stars, I figure. Is that realistic though? I mean, look, I don't know much about how the Pale Host functions. This whole ordeal is still pretty new to me. So I'm just happy there's someone making decisions somewhere. You know, besides the shadowy creatures haunting our dreams. But if the Pale Host has been reluctant to change anything for this long, do you really think one new person in their assembly is going to kick down that many doors unimpeded? Eldritch or not, government is government and change is difficult. Yeah, true, but I wouldn't get so defeatist about it though. I'm not trying to be defeatist, just realistic. If this is something you are really planning, you should plan for the worst. Like a career facing uphill battles from the opposition. Anyway, I am getting ahead of myself. That's a dream far, far from now. Today, all I've got to worry about is Glomrod. He points a thumb back at his stack of books. I was elected to our student government at the start of the fall semester. I was hoping to implement some of my ideas about mental health monitoring. I'm sensing a but. You got a hell of a sensor. I've been getting a lot of opposition from the student gov president. A sudden yawn interrupts his flow, and I realize he has to blink a few times before his eyes track in my direction again. Is he just tired or... Long story short, I'm hoping if I can put together a preliminary program that's too good to deny, she'll be forced to accept it. Or, you know, risk looking like a fool? Or a calloused bitch? Yeah, I get it. A bit colder than I would put it, but sure. Politics, they are the same everywhere. And so is the court of public opinion, apparently. Though in this case, that seems like a good thing. Well, if you need any help with that, let me know. I'm not exactly swimming in activities at the moment. Mostly my days are spent aimlessly wandering the university, hoping I don't do something to inexorably get me reincarcerated. Well, we don't want that. I'm not sure there's too much you can actually help with. Though, well, I do need some volunteers for some mental and eldritch health surveys I want to test out. I can take a survey. They are 300 questions long. I can help you find some volunteers for a survey. A devilish glint shines in his eye. I may take you up on that. How about we settle for me helping you pull this monstrous pile of books back to your room? I help him tug with his big dolly of books back to the dormitories. The wheels certainly make pulling the weight of all his boxes easier, but I'll be lying if I didn't find myself wondering how Loon had been managing it on his own. The damn thing must weigh a ton, literally, or I really need to start working out. Loon opens his room with a magical little wave rather than his key. I suddenly wonder about dorm security once all the students have returned. That is until I remember Trent has cursed a door to turn folks into raccoons. Ta-da! Oh, and the boxes can just go in the corner. At your command, my lord. I dropped the first box in the corner nearest his bed. Nearest to his bed, which is when I catch a glimpse on his desk. A pile of tomes and scrolls 2 feet high littered its surface. A small bin hidden underneath is filled to the brim with crumpled pieces of paper. There are 3 empty mugs. Coffee by the looks. His bed, on the other hand, looks practically untouched. Loon hauls in the next box, setting it on top of mine. You've been burning the midnight oil on this project. Oh yeah, you know how it is. Just need to get the thing done, which will be much easier now that you've helped me with these books. When do you need to get this plan to the president by? Oh, couple of months, I guess. Couple of months? Look, Loon, I get wanting to throw yourself into something, especially with Trent, and I understand needing a distraction. Like, I really get that. But I mean, when is the last you slept, man? I'm fine, Tarot. I just get sucked into projects sometimes. I won't read too much into it. That's one way to dodge my question. Not dodging. There's nothing to say. Just nothing to say. I'm all good. Yeah. I surveyed the state of his room again. Last time it was pristine. Smelled of fucking lavender even. Maybe I'm reading too much into this, but that's not what my gut tells me. And my brother always said, trust your gut in all matters of relationships and mad dash bathroom runs. Still, the last thing anyone wants is some pushy guy pressuring them to open up. Това е сложно, между другото. Тотално го виждам как може да се затвори. Но въпреки всичко си мисля, че е удачно да поговорим. Но пък не, ако трябва да следвам своите собствени принципи, аз бих го оставил. Of course, Loon, my mistake. Well, looks like we've gotten you all prepped for some psych reading. I expect you'll be perfectly unbearable to talk to before the month is out. I hope you'll let me apologize in advance. And you know, if I'm being too unbearable, just give me a good slap in the face. After all, I would hate to scare you off. I like having you around, Tarot. Likewise, Loon. We chat for a while longer before he relinquishes that he wants to start reading through his newly arrived pile. Though he's quick to mention I should drop by again if I want to help him with his survey. Regardless, I leave him to his devices. But walking to the Great Hall to grab some dinner, I find myself feeling off. I play our conversation over and over again in my head, and I can't shake the look on his face, the circles under his eyes. Is he really okay? Има много различни места, които мога да пропусна като диалози, както изглежда. 1.11. Нямам никаква идея каква е тази карта. Но 15. Това са някакви ритуали, сигурно. Я да ги разгледаме. Gain Catalyzation 6. Няма лошо. Това е ритуал, също познах ги. Защото са горе, естествено, че ги познае. Сега се усещам. Gain Numbing 1. Whenever you take damage, take that much damage -1. Това е доста тежка контра на Poison картите. Честно казано. Ой. Мога да направя дуел на две места. Нека да пробвам в източните общежития, може би. Клуба по Камифуда има някакъв ключов дуел, може би. Left or right, damn you, make up your minds. Professor Iharam's fireflies glitter at my hip. They pulse westward for 2 beats before doing the same in the opposite direction moments after. I swear these things are trying to drive me insane. I survey my location. I'm in the dormitories, clearly, though the surrounding rooms are entirely unfamiliar to me. I contemplate ignoring the bug's directions when the sounds of light taps on metal begin echoing in the hall. Ahead, a student climbs down a perplexingly tall ladder which leads up into a dark passage, though I was fairly sure we are on the top floor already. She turns on a heel to stroll in my direction, flinching when she spots me. Oh, you! Oh, me? What are you doing here? Would you believe I'm lost? Seriously? Are you so used to GPS that you can find the bathroom without it or something? To be honest, I'm kind of useless without GPS. But in truth, it's these damn fireflies. I removed the soft lid jar from my belt to show her. Professor Iharam gave them to me to help guide me around the school. But I swear, the things lead me in circles half the time. Not to mention the campus grounds are ridiculously confusing. Every time I think I've got the route memorized, I swear it changes on me. Because they are. The core buildings remain in place for the most part, but halls shift from time to time. Something about a curse. Some disgruntled ex-faculty member placed on the school like 70 years ago. Well, that would have been nice to know. Of course, he wouldn't tell you that. Probably thinks stumbling through the hallways in the dark is some stupid rite of passage. Because suffering is the essence of being pack-sworn or whatever. To be honest, that isn't too far from some of the things he said when we first met. Albeit his own way, he seemed a bit more sympathetic. You really don't get along with Ihram, huh? What of it? Nothing. I mean, it's just he's your dad, right? Is that any of your business? What did he send you? What? What did he send you down here to talk to me or something? You've been bugging me more than anyone since you got here. What? No. Besides, I've literally only talked to you 2 or 3 times. And what a pleasure they've been. I seriously was just trying to be friendly. We are in the same club and all. It would probably be good if we can get along. Ah yeah, heard about that from Tree. You need extra special guidance because the host think you are some kind of degenerate or something, right? Can't figure out spells on your own or something? I want to strangle this girl. Yep, that's me, a degenerate idiot. Good thing I have such patient and charismatic teachers like you. You want a lesson? Fine. An aura of embers erupts from a card in her hands. Oh fuck, here we go. Огнен архетип ще има някакъв явно, което ще й пасва. Аз си тръгна с стандартното тесте да видим какво ще стане. О, тя има 84 резерв, чудесно. Звучи ми екстремно честно. Имам 2 шарда поне, ако не е друго. Как мога да тръгна? Ай, ще изтегля магия. You learned that trick from my dad? Yes, actually. No wonder it's so bad. Fire Nova Incense 3. For instance, whenever this spell is blocked, it gains 3 power. Holy shit. Това беше 3. Ho-ho, I've seen Evie do something similar. You are gathering power every time I block. Difference is, I'm not a pushover. Gain Catalyze 8 на cast. Wow. Lose 2 reserve. Sure. Това е instant. Is blocked gain Catalyze 3. Shit, mate. Ще подаря много Catalyze, ако ги дам тия работи. По-добре да взема демиджа, може би. Ритуал искам ли? Много демидж взех. Hell 7, can we just relax? I don't even know why. Stop stalling. ...22 стане 25. Аз съм на 26. Unbreakable, destroy с spell, gain, catalyze 6 човек. Бати глупостите. Инсе... Мисля, че двата щита ще ми помогнат да задържат Dragon's Breath. Thaumaturgy! You might as well curl into a ball and cry. Destroy с spell, gain 6 catalyze. Не е много добре за мен. Чуя се. Този ритуал няма да го завърша. По принцип. Имам два щита съответно. Не, по-добре да вкарам демиджа. Не знам, защо ми вкарат две атаки, но както да е. Тия малките шардове не ми вършат почти никаква работа. No wonder you need lessons. Doubt you'll even last another round. You wanted to fight, fine. You've got one now. Май картата дет ми идва въобще я няма. Както да е. Opponent loses to you energy. Ритуал, окей. Even Trent had a hard time taking on me with Geomancy. You really think you are going to do any better? Incense 3. Седем, окей. Gain 8 Catalyze. Gain Shield. Gain 1 Influence. Добре, какво ще стане ако му вкарам 11, той ще стане 24. 13 ще остане, после ще мога да довърша с това, добре. Или пък няма мога да довърша, не съм го преценил добре. Вау! Аз имам 3, сега трябва да го приключа. Въпросът е как. Gain 3 Catalyze. Просто няма да имам демиджа. Въпросът е дали едно по едно се извървяват атаките. При всяко положение Catalyze 3, аз имам 13. 11 не. Няма да успея да приключа. We hurry the fuck up. Calm down now. Няма да успея да бия. Йоп. Загуба. Знаем какво става? I lost. Someone is speaking to me. I cannot hear the words. They are drowned out by my drumming heart. Fire takes my flesh. The flames spread from me, consuming the surrounding stone. The room entire and even, the screaming innocent, flailing in anguish before me. Then I blink. My opponent readies their deck. We haven't dueled yet? That doesn't seem right. Окей, сега това, което ще направя, да си променя тестето и ще прекарам много по-малко. Ще имам в такива шардове, които... Това с шилдовете, между другото, не беше лоша идея. Но първо трябва да си разкарам много голяма част от шардовете. Защото трябва да имам тежки карти. Трябва да имам тежки карти. Това примерно не е много добра идея. Стените са много добри карти. Аз и не съм много сигурен къде точно се вижда кое е тестето. Окей, това е бяло, лилаво, кафяло. Бялото имам няколко карти, които не са лоши. 74 не е зле също така като нещо. Unbreakable 18. Между другото, това е много добър вариант. Ritualizer не е лоша идея, просто... Съм сигурен доколко ритуалите ми вършат работа тука. Може би ще ми свършат. Sandstorm 26. Opponent loses 3 energy. Това е ритуал. Добре, тази стена. Това сега прямо не са добри карти за тази ситуация. Трябват ми тежки карти. Chakra Siphon, Channel 2 Energy. 3 карти ми трябват още. Опонент, ако даде приорити, губи 3 резерв. Това не е добре. Камъка е по-добрия вариант. Също така Quake, може би няма да е лошо. Белите карти, още един щит. Лилавите. Arcane Explosion имам една вече. Може би така ще е добре. Султинг, между другото, е интересен ритуал. Повече магии да тегля. Ма не ми трябва, аз няма да ги използвам много. Но както да е, окей, давай. Играем го. Стандартният ход в началото. Инфлуенс 1. Хайде да видим. 7. То ритуал няма да се завърши. Може би трябваше да дам Channel Q Energy. Ритуала. Сега ще направя всичко възможно, за да го приключа. Destroy spell gains 6 catalyze. За този ритуал се играе тук и това е ясно. Gain 1 influence. Аз имам едно концентрация сега. Успях да прекарам ритуала. Изблок Gain Catalyze. По-практично е да го приключа наведнъж. Incense 2. Whenever this spell is blocked, it gains 2 power. Когато бъде блокирана тази магия, печели 2 сила. 9. А там ще имам карта, която няма да атакува, ако е така. По-добре е Ritualizer-а. Incense 3. Окей. Quick Send, опонента губи 2 енергия. Channel 2 Energy, моята. Концентрацията ще влезе ли? Окей, добре. Тежко е 100 инсенс. Седемнайстка. Окей, им правят 10 щети. Каталайз 10 между другото. Може би си струва най-много един ритуал да сложа. Gain Catalyze 3, когато е блокирано. Много енергия имах аз. Инсенс 2. Дори Трент се озорил бая докато те бие. Да, ама аз няма се озоря бая, момиче. Не знам дали го виждаш, но това е краят ти. Айде, победа! След няколко опита не успях. Напипах точната стратегия. Нейната стратегия много ме кефи, между другото, огнената доста е силна. I lost! We should have bet on it. Could have forced you to try being chill for 20 minutes. You are not forcing me to do anything. I make my own fucking choices, okay? And by the way, I see why my dad liked you enough to bring you to this miserable school now. You're just like him. Think you can do whatever you want because you've got a little power behind your fingertips? You literally picked a fight with me. All I was trying to do was be nice and strike up a conversation. She mutters a chain of expletives under her breath and shoulders her way past me. Fucking hell. I don't think I've met anyone so dedicated to proactively burning bridges in my entire life. Whatever I said when I brought up her dad really struck the nerve with her thought. That's it. First chance I get, I've gotta ask Ihram what the hell is going on with them. If nothing else, to prevent this girl from murdering me in my sleep.